focusing lens, does that work in PvP?
Focusing lens does not.
Eh.
Yeah, it
For
does
God's
not.
sake, why have all these fun PvE things if you can't use it in PvP?
Well, actually, yeah, focusing lens does not. I know one that does. Let me look at my. That's pretty cool. Is Pyretic Embrace. When you cast a solo super, it basically gives you full health.
Yeah.
I think that works in PvP. I haven't tried it out, but I know some people run it that I see play.
Rift's energy when critically wounded, create healing rift on death. Okay. Which one is it? Melee ability. Discipline. That's grenades. That's health, no. What is Rift meant to be? Which ability?
So as a warlock, you have as a titan, you have the shield. As a hunter, you have the dodge. As a warlock, you have the ability to either put down a rift to heal you and your allies, which is if you hold circle, or I'm not sure what your mapping is, but
which one of the stat is
increases
the rift?
It goes for recovery.
Recovery. Oh, it's just recovery anyway.
Yeah, the higher recovery is, the faster it recharges.
Okay, so that connects to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
And hunters is mobility and titans is resilience, if you're interested.
Ooh.
But
well, my hunter is practically like high mobility, high intellect, and almost zero resilience, which is really bad. I'm trying to improve that as well as recovery, like high recovery with resilience above 30. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the cutoff for resilience is like 30-40, just to be like a little bit good. But I'm gonna take a send note, and then we'll just see what you're struggling with, and then we'll just give you some tips on that.
Alrighty. Have you got trials planned today with Crush and Shiny as usual?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it right after we finish, and then I'm gonna go to work.
Me.
I'm gonna switch. I think I picked the wrong map. I sure did.
If you need to go out, you
yeah, I'm so tired.
Flash.
Oh no, it's cool. We'll just do it here.
Oh, my KD's actually gone up.
Execute all targets.
Nice.
And make sure you're still standing when the
dust. I'm coming to you. And I got the mouse super on.
What hand can I go on? Okay, that's one. Coming that way. Hi.
Yeah. All right. So what do you think is a problem with when you're using hand cannons?
So my problem is I keep dipping in and out of the hand cannons constantly.
Okay.
And then I start getting too comfortable with just one particular type of weapon, which currently is gnawing hunger.
Okay.
And I'm just feeling it's not that great lately. And I'm like, I really should just invest more in hand cannons. And just practice, basically. But
let me see. I know since you're using a 120, but like with the reduced range and everything, I would say was used primarily more as 140. 120s can be a little forgiving because you have the slow rate of fire and you have like a longer range to fight from. But I know a 140 it just shoots faster, but sometimes like if you don't have a controller aim, it can mess it up. And you also have the 180, which shoots faster but has increased ability, but the range suffers a bit. So I guess, you just have to figure out which type of, like, you could either use a 120, 140, or 180. I tend to use a 140 like Ace or Thorn or I forget the other, Paladron. But I just started using my 120. So like when you said you dip in and out, like what do you think the problem is for like your hand cannon? Is it just like the aim or?
Well, the aim is just going to require practice anyway. I think being on the Warlock, just being mobile, is one of my main issues, because I've gone so used to being a hunter in more high-end PvP activities than when I try any other characters.
Yeah.
I'm just resorting to simple tactics, such as if I'm a Titan, I get frustrated, I will immediately start doing shoulder charge, which is the worst thing you can do without thinking, you know. Warlock, the only class I've ever felt slightly comfortable in is the solo with the Icarus dash.
Yeah.
Because it mimics hunter movement in the air. And I found that a lot of fun. But as soon as I'm up against slightly better players, I'm not. I can tell I more likely to lose the engagement. Whereas Hunter just more instinctively know what to do and where to dodge out of the way. Whereas it's more about, let's say, more about placement of myself a bit more. I know I've gotten better since, in terms of map awareness and where I'm standing when I engage, and I can immediately get into cover most of the time. Not always. Sometimes you just stand in the middle and you're like, oops.
So let's do it like this. We're gonna start with, like, I'm just gonna randomly kill you. Like I just go over to the end of the map, and then we just act like we're having like an actual engagement.
Yeah.
And then we'll just assess what's going on there.
Yep.
And, I'll be coming to you in like 2 seconds, so you can prepare however you want to, and then we'll just fight, see who wins.
Okay.
So,
I know I did. I think I know I did.
One thing is that I like to do before every engagement is always like be checking my radar. That gave me like a general understanding of where you were going to be. So for my radar, I either knew you were going to be on B or like closer to B, like on the cliff. Checking your radar allows you to like be aware of where your opponent's coming from. I know it can be like a little tricky, like if somebody's crouched, you probably can't see them all the time, but as soon as you see a radar ping, that's if you're going to an enemy, like let's say I'm coming to you right now. Where are you? I think you're on video over there. What's up? If I'm coming to you right now, right, and I see a radar ping, the first thing I'm going to do is stop running. I'm going to assess what's happening in front of me. If someone's coming to me, my first thing to do is just get prepared for the gunfight. So I'll probably just try to get closer to cover. I think Necro put it in the chat where it's like, I think 40% is cover, 60% is the rest of your screen. So as a hand cannon, you do have the ability, if you are in engagement, to dip in and out of cover. So basically like that, but you just have to, you know what I'm saying, just go back and forth.
Dip a lot more.
You don't want to be out of cover for too long, because you have the ability to do so much damage in one shot that you don't have to take that much risk by staying out of cover. We can practice it if you want to. So like that time you was too much out of cover, but it takes a lot of time to practice. I know one tip I can give you is that you don't want to move like your reticle. You just kind of want to strafe in and out, because your reticle should, like, it'll move once you strafe.
So okay, because that's something I do constantly. I constantly start moving my reticle and as I move out all the time. So that explains why some people just seem to do it better. When we do it, when I do it particularly, I don't move my my right stick, because that kind of messes up my aim. I only move it if I have to, like, basically change it up to just in case I go too far from cover. But I just use my left stick to go back and forth to strafe. So as soon as you...
Sometimes you do have to move it though, because sometimes my aim does suck, but I just have to like fix it up. But especially if you plan on using the stag, you can also put the rift down to make you take reduced damage. So that's when you could dip in and out of cover. Because like usually I'll be doing 80 right now. I'm only doing 68. So But if you do get too low, right, and your opponent's basically landing all the shots and you're missing, the best thing you can do is to try to run and get back to your teammates. I know some people say, "Oh, I don't want to run because I'm already going to die," but it's 50% chance you'll die, 50% chance you'll live.
Yeah, because the thing is, you can lead them back to your T-base,
And it can bait and switch.
Finish them off.
Yeah, so that's the best thing to do. And just I know you said your placement. We already went over the radar thing, but we're gonna try it again and see if we can do it from there.
Oh, that's something I'm gonna have to practice, that reticle thing, because it's force of habit to move it.
Yeah, that's what I used to
same
do as
time.
well. Yeah,
Oh, you got
I used
that.
to I used to move my left and right stick at the same time. I just learned this probably like 6 months ago, but I think
you found
Crush has a good
Did you
handle
find it
on it as
made
well.
a difference?
It definitely
Find it made a
did in most of my
difference,
gunfights, yeah. Especially peak shotting, because that's how I basically win most of my engagements. If I don't flank, I just peak
Yep.
shot in and out of cover. But
Right, okay.
yeah, I'm gonna come to you now.
That's some pro tip right there.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
think that's true. That was second. Yeah. All right, so
Yeah.
right there, that was
Yeah.
good. You went right back into cover once you saw
Yeah,
me.
I did.
Yeah, and we can try to do. You can try to do the peak shot. I won't shoot you. I just go in and out of cover for you.
Oh, one thing I want to ask is,
Yeah.
I'm just noticing, does peak shooting matter if you're shooting from left or right shoulder at all? It doesn't matter.
I
I've
don't.
just noticed it now as I'm peak
What you mean left or
shooting.
right shoulder? Like, can you shoot from over here as well?
So if I was peak shooting with my gun aimed down
Yeah.
on my left-hand side, from here,
Yeah.
would I
Oh, I
have
see
more
what
of
you're
an
saying.
advantage? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I
I see what you're trying
don't
to
think
say.
it's the case. I think it's more perception, but I'm not. I think
Let me
it's just
see.
perception more than
I,
anything.
I guess it really depends on the type of cover you have, right? So this cover is a little bit open for me at this moment because you have the ability to get back in and forth in the cover. I just have like this little spot. If you were to throw a grenade like right here, I'll probably be done. But the same can be said if I like throw one over there to you.
Yeah.
I don't really think it matters. I guess it just depends on what type of cover. I guess you don't really want something with like a small amount of coverage.
Yeah.
So like, you don't want like a little stick just peak shotting. But
Yeah.
if you do peak shot and you do happen to get weak, most players would typically try to rush. So like I can get you low and then just start rushing you. And as you're
Yeah.
running away, I have the ability to just, kill you depending on what type of gun I have.
Yeah.
Which is why if you have to assess the gunfight like when you're in it. So like if you miss your first 2 shots and you're still high on health, it's just best to just either disengage and run. Just try to always stick close to cover. Like sliding is a good thing to use because it throws off your opponent's aim.
I saw something about sliding. The way you slide towards cover and out of cover.
Yeah.
Makes a difference because some people literally slide like this out.
Yeah.
Like straight at it, they were trying to explain.
Yeah.
Whereas one person basically said you should come at it, slide at it from an angle,
Yes. So
rather than just
When-
slide straight up like this.
yeah, when you slide straight out, the people I tend to typically see that do is a hunter because you have the ability to go back in the cover with your dodge.
Yes, yeah.
So you can just like, let's say if you're using a chaperone, you can slide out, get the headshot, go back in the cover. Or you can just, if you have like a regular shot, you can come out, slide, shotgun, jump, or like do a dodge and then jump. That's like
Yeah.
advanced hunter movement. But if you're like any other class, you want to approach it you want to stay as close to cover as possible when you're doing a slide.
Right.
So you can
Yeah.
easily get the gunfight and get back in. Cause like if I come
Yeah.
out here as another class, I'm stuck. I'm in the open, and I have to literally, I have to literally do something else. Sometimes I do that, but I can slide closer to cover if I have to. But we can try doing a slide from an angle if you want to, and I'll just see if I can get some shots on you.
Yeah, okay.
Which side? That's Forsaken on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see.
Forsaken is on the left-hand side, I'm on
Gotcha.
the right at the moment.
Alright.
I'm out here in the open.
You could wait. Oh, you're crouch. Okay, I was like, I can't see my radar. Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, okay, let's see.
Yeah, like that's good because you instantly went back in the cover.
Yeah, yeah,
You want to be like it's basically like for peak shotting. I know sometimes I make the mistake of oversliding and then I just come all the way
yeah.
out here, but when you're running up, just try to think about how close you are to the wall and just try to, you know what I'm saying, just get
Yeah.
closer to the wall to just peak shot. And then if you take too much damage, you can retreat easily.
Yo, Will, this might be a new thing, though.
But for flat
Glacier
capturing,
grenade the wall and just camp up there?
yeah, I don't know
Well,
about camping.
has anybody
Well,
tried using that in trials yet for capturing?
I haven't seen the videos. I'm pretty sure there's probably some hunters out there using glacier grenade or like
Yeah.
warlock stacks. Yeah,
what, to capture the point? What do you mean?
yeah, because they have capture the flag trials now.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was doing it yesterday, so honestly, it's still a kill-kill game. No one's
Yeah,
really paying attention to capturing the flag, but when you're capturing a flag, especially at Wormhaven, you're leaving yourself open.
that's true. Yeah.
You're definitely leaving yourself open. It doesn't matter if you're like left, right. You know, if you're not gonna win your fucking 1v1s and you try to team shoot. I mean, if you got a good team and you know 2 of them got snipers or 1 got a Lawrence or whatever the case may be, and you're sitting there peeking underneath these fucking bridges, you're gonna get sniped, and they're just gonna rush you.
Yeah.
So,
What else you
Right.
think you need to handle with, Ruby?
I think that's great. The last question is now.
Yeah,
Let's do a 1v1.
gotcha.
There you go.
I know, I'm
1v1
going to
to put it all
regret
together.
it. I'm going to regret it, but
No, you're good. You're
it's
good.
fine.
We'll just start from 2. I think the highest cal I put on is 25, but we'll probably either go to 15, 20,
It's fine. It's fine.
and we'll just do that. We'll just start on the same map, and then for a second, if you can, try to stay in the middle, and then
Okay.
we'll just yeah.
You can help me.
All right, we'll start now.
Alright, let's do it.
I got full heavy, baby.
Well, I missed that. So, if you are going to snipe, one thing to do is to make sure you aim for like 2 to 4 seconds. That way you can see if an opponent is sneaking up on you.
Yep.
Especially,
Exactly.
yeah, especially
Do you know
if
what-
like,
do you,
Tell her.
do you know what happened there for me?
yeah, what's up?
I had no ammo. I was like,
Oh,
No, he was also in your scope for too long, though.
yeah, you were
Was
definitely also in your
I?
scope. So
Oh.
if you do have ammo in a sense and you're trying to find an opponent, I see some people doing it, but definitely try to aim for at least 2 to 4 seconds. And since you do have the like stat, you can also use that to your advantage.
I should actually, yeah, I keep forgetting I have it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so close on the head. It didn't happen. Oh, let me... This really is bad habit. I can't help but move it.
You'll get used to it. When you go into control or any other PvP, I would say don't try it in trials if you don't really have a master of it. But like, if you go into like control or comp, try to see if you could do it in there and just build it up. Because I need to learn how to start strafing with my shots. I think I still struggle with
Yeah.
that. Oh, that's Forsaken jumping like that. I was about to run up there and shotgun him.
Ring around the rose.
That didn't work. That didn't work.
And that you were kind of blocked off from the nade, so you would have took damage. It was good that you had your
Yeah.
stag. If you would have had a shotgun or like a fusion sign, you probably would have won the gunfight.
Yeah.
Because I rushed in too far. Nice shots.
Oop. was bad. That was bad.
Tell them to line up fast.
It's good that you ran away though. When you do run away and the opponent is chasing you, just try to always, like, for example, you can know where you're going before you get there.
Yeah.
I won't know where you're going because I'm chasing you. I'm not thinking about, where you're going to get set up. I'm just thinking about trying to get the kill. Nice body.
Yeah.
So just always try to stick close to the cover. Oh, nice. And, yeah, just try to have, like, a pre-planned plan to get to where you go.
Because what I tend to do when people start chasing me, I run away a little bit. Then I tend to have a bad habit of turning around too soon.
That's the problem. Yeah, especially if you're getting chased by Shawty.
Yeah.
So one thing, since you do have the stack, if you are in a 1v1 engagement, you don't necessarily have to run because you have basically the advantage of having to reduce damage and the healing instantaneously. If you are getting a team shot, then it would definitely be safe to run back to your teammates if you can. But like if somebody's trying to flank and you got the stag up, then definitely run.
Will do. That comes with just practice. Cause,
yeah, it does come with practice. I know you don't use like the Warlock class a lot.
Yeah. On my hunter, I'd be like, yes, this little trick. But any other classes, I'm like, nope.
I know for like, if you do happen to fight, let's say you're on hunter, you fight a Warlock, don't fight him in a rift. But like, don't try to like play with them a little bit. Just run, because they're automatically getting set up. That's what I try to tell people all the time.
Oh, I thought I had to. I didn't.
I feel so slow.
Let's see. Oh, do you...
Ooh,
oh, nice.
Nice.
What do you recommend for people who are trying to get better at sliding and shooting? So, I know personally, I tend to tell very new players like Dan to change their controllers to Puppeteer.
Actually, I think I'm on Puppeteer.
Yeah.
So what I was told. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
you go ahead too.
Well, when I first started, only reason I switched to Puppeteer is because I wanted to learn how to crouch shot while I'm in a gunfight. It allows me like just crouch and shoot, but my aim was a little bit off.
Yeah, you can do this. Hold on. Let's see. Try and shoot me.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, I'm still trying to practice that. But...
Yeah, but it's harder to get a master of a crouch shot because you gotta like make sure your aim is on point. But for sliding, Puppeteer is I use Puppeteer. I like it a lot. I like it since I changed it. But I know for new players it might be like a hard thing to get a control of. So I would say just in PvE if you can, just try to practice like sticking close to cover, sliding. Just keep sliding and try to slide in every engagement if you can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to track a sliding opponent.
It is.
Like I think I took Crush, like especially if you're running away, like when we have our 1v1s, I always tell him like, I know for a fact if he's not going to catch me because his shots are typically trying to hit me when I'm standing up running rather than when I'm sliding and jumping in cover. So like when I slide, I always try to see what's the closest cover to me. I slide to it and then I try to get away. Puppeteer will help, but just like I said, just practice in PvE if you can.
Yeah.
That's like the best thing I can say, unless you want to try and control.
That's the best thing. I think PvE is better.
Yeah.
Why? There's just a shitload of ads, and honestly, when I picked up shotguns from seeing Webb use them, the same thing he told me. He said, no bullshit, just go up in PvE and just shotgun in every engagement, sliding around everything you do, let it be a slide. Like, I do my bounties and crossland on ED, I see a drag, I slide up into his shit, shoot, I slide around. Like, you see how I'm running around right now? I've just been doing this the entire time. I see an angle, I just slide and go up in there. Like, I'm just sliding up at every fucking angle.
And if you want to practice, I would personally recommend comp. I know like people like to do control, but control is like it's not as sweaty as comp in a sense. So like if you can master like at least get a handle of in PvE, then definitely take it in the comp. If you don't care about your score, if you're not trying to get like legend or anything, definitely do comp. That's like a good way to practice. I know that's like Mav, Shiny, all in practice like solo comp. That's what I did as well.
Me too.
Yeah, and you basically have no one to blame with yourself, and you have to learn how to carry a team because sometimes your teammates can't help you. You know, like I hear some people complain about blueberries and all this other stuff, but eventually you don't even care about the blueberry. They're just here, and you're basically to help, in a sense.
Unless they're just out there fucking sacrificing lives.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because what was it? Ice was when me and Ice went over my loadouts and everything and how to improve my game. Because I was watching so many PvP streams.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how are people able to crouch up and down, dodging, and shoot at the same time with
some people do use
controller, on the controller, not on like PC. And he was the one that recommended to me first. Puppeteer, give that a try, and it blew my mind. And I was like, oh my god, I can do things now. I don't have to move my thumb.
I tend to do puppeteer like if I'm using messenger and I know I'm going to use a hand cannon. You know, a hand cannon only needs like 2 shots to the head, right? They're literally aiming on that last precision shot, but what I do is I just crouch and get my last headshot on my messenger, and that's how I can outbeat hand cannons. But like crouching back and forth with it might be the problem because that tends to throw off like the aim a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, because then you gotta adjust your aim just in case an opponent moves and etc. etc. But for PvE, definitely to practice. Same thing for you said the engagements, right? That's the other thing you mentioned. Engagement will also probably be key. Just do PvE as well. That'll help you with your hand cannon shots since you're struggling with it a little bit. You could just use your preferred hand cannon, get a handle of like, my aim sucks, but get a handle of like what weapon you want to use, and that you can use that in PvE to figure out if you want to use a 140, 180, or 120.
Yeah. Exactly. I ran into that one.
Your slide to cover was nice though, because your riff was like
you.
literally on it. Yeah, your slide to cover was nice.
Nope. Bad.
You did have it. If someone's jumping around you, moving all crazy, try to either jump backwards or jump up. That'll help you like.
Jump higher than your opponent.
Yeah, it helps you see where they at. Yeah. Like when Hunter jumps over me, I tend to slide either forward or backwards because the momentum pushes them too far up. Nice. That was nice.
No.
But one thing you don't want to always jump because that kind of leaves like an open target. But the moment you just did though was nice because I didn't expect you to jump in the air.
Never try to put a rift out there in the open like that.
Yeah.
I know.
I think she made a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew my mistake.
I'm shooting me. That's you for okay.
No, I didn't shoot you.
Nah, I thought the bullet came from behind me. I thought she was behind me. That nade, if you do use stasis, it's still a good nade, but the problem is it doesn't track as good as it used to.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm heavily relying on Shatter Dive now for that.
Yeah, if you do plan on playing Warlock, like I said, you could do Stag with the Glacier to get you reduced or freeze an opponent instantly, or you can do the Dust Fall, because if I was in the air, it would have put me down, and I would have been like a little slow. That was nice. No, she did. I just jumped too high up.
Just a little bit too high.
Yeah.
It went straight. It went past you. Yeah.
Yeah, disengagement is nice. It wasn't really anywhere you can go. So like your best bet was to fight. Yeah.
Good, all I could do is jump up and get away from the shotgun so I didn't get immediately killed. And just hope for the best. Oh no, you went that way!
Hold strong,
I didn't even
and
see
this
you go that
battle
way.
is yours.
If you are going against a shotgunner, if he's like rushy, try not to stay in the air for too long, because if he goes around a corner and he sees you in the air, he'll just switch to the hand cannon. Or some people would just be like, I'm gonna ape you and just still try to shotgun you. Nice. My aim assist is going to Forsaken. I'm like,
Thank you, Forsaken. Oh, damn it!
Final push.
yeah, you're in your scope too long. Yeah.
Yeah. No! You knew where the spawns were! You knew where I spawned!
If you do snipe right, the best thing to do is just take the shot.
Yeah.
Like if it even
Up to 20.
yeah, I'm to 20. If it doesn't, like even if it doesn't like it's going to like hit, just take the shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't want to risk not taking it and then, you know, it's like, damn, what if I would have took the shot?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll kill you too for a second, but just end it out.
No prejudice.
Oh, nice blink.
Get him, he's weak. Here you go.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, let me put on my... There we go. Let's see how this feels now. Ooh! I do love this one.
What's that? Devo Pekala?
My trust.
Oh, I haven't used that in a long time. Isn't it Sunset?
1 minute. Won't be
From
long
Gambit.
now.
It's the one I used to get my Luna's Howl.
Oh, that's nice. That's actually a good rule. Oh, people can kill that. That's cool.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I didn't think a super could kill it. I think the problem when Heavy comes around, we don't even have super.
30
So
seconds remain. Finish them.
God damn it, stop jumping.
yeah, that super's like hard to get control of.
Let me see how you fare against my dad.
Seconds. End them.
No. Too close.
Ooh.
Sound tactics bring victory.
Those blinks be deadly.
Yeah, they sure do.
No regrets
Thanks
on
for that. I'll
that one.
definitely take the
Well
advice
fought.
about the hand cannon. The way you peek and not move the right
Yeah,
stick.
that's like I learned that recently too. It's a huge help, especially in like gunfights.
Yeah. It's
The
definitely
crouch shot
something that
too.
needs to be
If
practiced.
since you're using
Yeah.
puppeteer, if you are going against an opponent and you feel like you can kind of win a gunfight, just try to do like one crouch to throw off his headshot, and you can just finish it up like that. But I got to go do trials now. I have been summoned.
You go. I'll give you my eval
Thank
in
you,
a
thank
little
you.
bit. No worries. Thank you for
I'll-
making the time.
No problem, no problem. For Forsaken, I'm gonna put the stream in there, even though you're already here anyway. So,
Yep.
but yeah, I got you.
Alright, thanks.
All right, thank you guys. See you later.
Bye. Bye.